Hello dear students, welcome to this class of BA Part First General English. And dear students, today we will talk about a wonderful story by Ernest Hemingway, and the title is Old Man at the Bridge. The story is very touching, and it talks about the people who were displaced by the war. The story is based on the Spanish Civil War from 1936 to 1939, and in this background Ernest Hemingway, he has tried to bring to us the plight of the common man, how they suffer the war, and how the parties who fight war, they don't trust and they don't look into the matters of these common people. The war, the civil war, it was fought between the elected leftist government of Spain and the rightists, who were the fascists and who wanted to overthrow the government. The fascist movement, dear students, I would like to tell you, it started in Italy, and Ernest Hemingway, in this background, he talks about the plight of the people and how these people, the ordinary people, they suffer. The Old Man at the Bridge is a very touching story by Ernest Hemingway, as I told you, and he talks about the people who are displaced by war. This story, it has been written in the background of the Spanish Civil War of 1936 to 1939, and this Spanish War, Civil War, it was fought between the supporters of the elected government of Spain and the Spanish fascists. Through this story, dear students, Hemingway proves that the modern war is very dangerous. It makes a common man completely helpless. It hits him in the worst possible manner, and the common man, although he doesn't have anything to do with politics or war, yet he becomes a helpless victim of the war. He is the one who suffers the most. So, what Ernest Hemingway wants to say is that it is not only the members of the armed forces, the soldiers who fight and who suffer in the war, but the civilians also suffer. The military armed forces, they are moved here and there, they attack and kill the civilians and destroy their houses by bombs. All the members of the family get killed in the war. People who become homeless, and the children who lose their parents, and women become widows, industries and crops are damaged, and the economy of the country is shattered. The modern war is more dangerous than the wars fought in the past. In the past, during a civil war, civilians were not affected much because the war was limited to the battlefield only. But it is not the case with modern wars. Here, aeroplanes drop bombs and destroy the common man, the property of the common people. And innocent people, they are helpless, they cannot do anything to save themselves. In this story, Hemingway proves that the 76-year-old man living in San Carlos, and who is of course the narrator of this story, Hemingway, through this old man, he brings to us the plight of common people. When this man, he was quite happy at home, taking care of his animals, and he had nothing to do with politics, and still he, along with all the people of city, they were forced to leave the hometown because the army is expected to attack there. All men and women, children and poor farmers were forced to leave their home. The old man, he did not want to go away, leaving his home, but he had no choice. He keeps on repeating, I quote, I was only taking care of animals. This shows his feelings and how helpless he was. He was not interested in the war, and yet he had to become a victim of this war. He lost his animals, and that made him feel very bitter. The narrator says that no one could help him in any way. The old man believed that the cat could look after itself, so he was sure that the cat would be safe. But he was worried about other animals. He did not know how his other animals like the goats and the 4 pairs of pigeons would save themselves. He had no relatives, no friends, so his animals were his sole interest in life. He did not care for himself. The fact that he could not move and would soon be left alone did not worry him. Everyone in the village goes away, but he remains behind, not only because he was tired, but also because he was worried about his animals. In this story, Ernest Hemingway, he brings to us and he tells us about the devastating effects of the modern warfare. Dear students, let us now discuss some of the short questions pertaining to this story, Old Man at the Bridge. First is, who is the writer of the story? The writer of the story, Old Man at the Bridge, is Ernest Hemingway. What is the theme of this story? The theme of this story is the people who were displaced by the war, civil war. The story is written with both background. The background of the story is Spanish Civil War from 1936 to 1939. Between whom was this war fought? This war was fought between the elected leftist government of Spain and the rightists who were fascists who wanted to overthrow the government. Why were the carts moving in a staggered manner? And the answer is, the carts were moving on a steep road, so they were staggering. What is described as moving and unmoving? The moving objects, dear students, they were men, women, children, cars and trucks. The unmoving object was an old man. Who was the last man to leave the town? The last man to leave the town was the old man. How many animals did the old man leave behind? The old man left behind 2 goats, 1 cat and 4 pairs of pigeons. Where was the old man coming from? He was coming from San Carlos. Why did he leave San Carlos? The army ordered everyone to leave the place because they expected a battle there. How old is the old man? The old man is 76 years old. The old man had traveled how much distance? Dear friends, the old man traveled a distance of 12 kilometers. Why were the enemy planes not flying? Because of heavy clouds, and the clouds, they were very low in the sky. The enemy planes were not flying. What did the old man fear would harm his animals? He feared that soldiers or their artillery would harm his animals. What was the duty of the narrator? The duty of the narrator was to find out the point up to which the enemy had reached. Describe the feelings of the old man. The old man was forced to leave his home and his animals because of the war.